what they
Say
want.
shit.
Yeah, we're gonna say shit and things. Here we go.
All right.
Play.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
we don't have
me
a
every
video
day.
today.
That's me every day.
Yep.
Wake up with coffee in hand. Yes. Am I
No
supposed to
clues.
hear something?
Can you hear it?
I can hear nothing but you.
Oh,
I saw the thing on the.
Robbie, can you hear it, Robbie?
Yeah, is this a me problem or is this a Keri problem?
I
Inquiring
don't know.
minds want to know.
I can hear it.
Robbie says no theme.
No theme. Well, all right. Well, I tried. Whatever. Here we go. We're gonna go back here. We're gonna remove this guy.
All
I
right, we're
wrote a
gonna
song.
remove
Well,
it.
I didn't write a song. I put a song in AI and it was playing, but apparently it's not
Hey,
sharing.
you,
So
you
fuck
you
it.
do you. You do
Fuck it.
you. That's using AI as a tool. You still had the idea. So,
Yeah.
and you're not
All right.
trying to put it off as something it's not.
No theme today.
So,
No theme song. No theme. Just
no theme, no
cold open.
nothing.
Spinning
Bam! Here
it.
we are,
Just like
right
we're
here.
here.
It's right
Tried to do something
here.
fancy. Didn't work. It's fine. I mean, I
Well,
was
you know,
trying to get.
if you don't ever try something new, you'll never learn anything.
The thing is, had I put a video with it, which is hard to do in 7.5 minutes that I started this project.
Well, if you wouldn't work 100 hours a week, you know, you'd have more time to fuck around.
92.
Just saying.
I only worked 92, and that was
Close
over
enough.
two. That was over
Okay.
2 weeks. That was over
In
two
in
weeks.
in in Falcro math, I round that up to 100
And that was
because
two
9 is more
weeks.
than 2, and 9 plus 2 is 11. So therefore, it's 100.
Okay.
I defy you to ruin that logic.
It was only 46 hours per week. Or last 2 weeks. It's only 46. Anyway, but we're here. We're here, and we're going to figure out something to talk about that is going to be impactful, that is going to engage the chat, that we're going to. Maybe we'll go somewhere further with it for next episode. Maybe we won't. I didn't even have this one like scheduled on the YouTube. So thank you, Robbie, for showing up because
This
you
whole
did.
thing. Yeah, he sent me a message that said these infamous words. Show tonight?
Hello, McFly.
Well, I presume so, but I have not heard from Keri. Of course, I have also not reached out to Keri either. So it's just as much my fault that I didn't have an answer.
I mean, who's in charge of this?
Nobody. It's just been a week. I mean, you clearly you worked a lot this week, but I've been having this challenge with this cat, and it's very challenging. And the cat's not afraid of me, but the cat will not leave my room. We've had to make litter box concessions and have a new litter box hand delivered from the director. Yeah, it's a whole thing. This poor cat. He is not afraid of me. He is not afraid of me. He will come out and let me pet him, but he won't come out of my room.
He's afraid of the rest of the house. Yeah.
Yeah, he will not come out of my room. He won't even come to the doorway for a treat. He'll come to the end of my bed for a treat, and that's as far as he will go. I have had treats sitting in the doorway all day long. He won't touch them.
Poor baby.
Yeah, he is way out of sorts. Unfortunately, his mama was probably not going to be with us much longer. And we don't know exactly what he was going through because it was family in, out, hospice, a studio apartment. And there were two cats. I had to pick one, and I picked this one. So.
Well, he just needs more time, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah, I agree. We don't know what he's been through or what he's been having. And like I said, it's not a fear of me. It is absolutely not a fear of me. He'll accept treats from me. He'll come in and hang out with me. So he just needs
just
time.
afraid that if he leaves the room, he'll have to leave the house again.
Mm,
and get used to a whole new environment. He just wants a
yeah.
small
And the
environment.
fact that he's 23 pounds does not hurt. He's a big boy. This cat is a large tabby.
23 pounds.
23 pounds. And he's
20.
not really fat. He is that big. He might
I'm
be
pretty sure my dog is 23 pounds.
he might be
Are you sure
5 pounds overweight. Yes, I'm absolutely
Are you
positive.
sure?
Yeah.
23
Yeah.
pounds.
Here, well, I'll do a thing.
23 pounds?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, like my black dog, I think she might be 30 pounds, but still,
Mhm.
that is, and she's the lighter of the two.
Share that to.
They're giving me eyeballs today. So, welcome
It's all
to
right.
Keri and Richard's Pet Talk.
Yeah, welcome. We're doing
We're
stuff.
starting. Yep, we've got a couple of lurkers, and we've got Robbie here, and we like them all of you, Thank you for
Mhm.
coming.
Thank
We
you for
don't
being
have a
here.
topic. I wish. What do we want to like? What do we want to go into next? We kind of like blasted through the end of the Art of Impossible. I think you'd listen to it. We'd listen to it. We talked about a lot of the elements in it. I do
Yep.
encourage people to go out and read it, to research Stephen Kotler a little bit further, see what he has to offer this world. But I think it's
Yep.
time to move on. I held my
Oh, I
attention for
agree.
about
I
about
agree.
as long as I could. And I do love that book very, very much. Don't get me wrong, but I think I was just ready to move on, and I'm just not really sure where we want to move to next.
Yeah, I don't either. And I am going to start reading that other book, but I haven't had time to get into it. It's just been
Yeah,
just a no
it's been a
time
lot.
week where I haven't had, because when I sit down to listen to these books, I try and do it, at least at first, I try and do it with some amount of attention
Yeah.
to them.
Now the Art of Superman. Nope.
Nope, it's not The Art of Superman. It
It's
is
the Stealing Fire.
Stealing Fire.
Yeah,
Stealing
that one
Fire.
is more of just like it is more of like a listening, and he's
Yeah.
not an
It's
easy
my
listening.
it's my fourth book of stupid. That
Yeah.
it is
No,
my
it
fourth
is
book of stupid.
it is more about just kind of the evolution of like recent years of people really it's more educational in a story form as opposed to a like a introspective sort of
Yeah.
thing. So it is like just kind of listening than it is like participating.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're safe like just listening to it and hearing what he has to say, and being told a nonfiction stories essentially. So I would say just start it. Just start it and you'll be fine. You'll get into
Yeah.
it. Um, that being
All
said,
right. I have just sent a share to you.
oh, did you? Okay, we'll add this one to the stage.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
I'm sorry I don't have a horizontal picture of him yet. I just snapped this when he first came in. Um they called him
is that
Lucky. I do not call him Lucky. His name is Mr. Biggles.
not
But
Mr.
if you
Bigglesworth? I feel
but
like
nope,
when you're
just
that,
Mr. Biggles.
I feel like
Just
when you're
Mr.
that big
Biggles.
of
But
a.
you can see my foot there mid body to give you
No, I was gonna say
perspective.
you have tiny feet.
Yeah, I have a size 8. Now, I know that's not big for men. I have size 8 to 9, depends on the cut of the shoe or boot. But I do have small feet for a man. I also have small hands for a man.
I was gonna say,
Um,
but that's probably because it's a big cat. I was gonna give you an out, but you jumped in too
no,
soon.
I absolutely agree. But my point is, I do have a very wide foot. My foot is about 5 inches wide, maybe
Oh,
5.5. So that
that's a big
gives you
boy.
some perspective as to my foot being mid body on him to how large he is. And like I said, he might be 5 pounds overweight, 5-7 pounds. He's
Look at
just
those
that
little
big.
white. Look at those little white
Oh,
bones.
he is so. And the very tip, you can't see it in this shot, but on the very tip of his tail is white spot. It's so
Nice
fucking
white
cool.
spot.
He is an absolutely beautiful tabby. He has the classic M on his forehead. You can see that
Yeah.
clearly here. And
Very
then he's
nice
got
markings
the
on that
target,
cat.
the target on his side over here. He actually has 3 or 4 targets, but he is
Because
classic
he's a big
tabby.
boy. He's a big boy.
My director said, "Is he Maine Coon?" I said, no, he doesn't look like Maine Coon at all. He looks like Tabby. He doesn't have the tufted ears. He doesn't have the tufted tail. He's a short hair. He's just a big fucking cat. But anyway, that's Mr.
Tiger.
Biggles. That's
Part
Mr.
tiger.
Biggles. And there we go.
Mr.
That's
Biggles.
Mr. Biggles. That's what I've been
Alright.
doing all week. He comes out and hangs out with me. He spends more time out from under the bed each day, hanging with me, comes out when I call him, accepts treat from me. So it's progress. We're just taking baby steps right now.
Okay. Well, I am, let's see, I'm scrolling through my Audible here. Just kind of seeing, let's look at all the finished ones. Okay, well, I went to a lot. Well, okay, well, let me get down to a point where I'm not doing a lot of...
Are you still downloading porn?
No, I mean, okay, no, here we go. We're gonna share my share screen. There it is, and we're gonna share my Audible list. I don't want you to see all my racy books. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Hey, I read the Dragon Blood, or the Black Dagger Brotherhood. That's a good series. It's a lot of books. Anyway,
Yeah,
purely
well,
for entertainment reasons.
Yeah, here, like, I mean, I've been on like a binge of like sci-fi type thrillers,
Hey,
and as always, like my I love
books
my-
are
my-
meant
my
to be
chick-
consumed.
So consumed. Scott Meyer is real fun. He's a real fun read. Always some Patrick McManus.
I got a new old Terry Brooks book. I can't
fun.
remember which one it is, but I'm a huge fan ever since the Elfstones of Shannara, and the series
Okay.
he did after that. And
Um,
I've read
Drew
other
Hayes.
books of his, but it's cool stuff. I'm very much fantasy science fiction.
Yeah, Drew Hayes is a really good one. Yeah, sci-fi fantasy. Drew Hayes's Case of the Damaged Detective. That's a great series.
I think
fully
I've heard.
enjoy it.
I've actually think I've heard of that book.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
don't. I haven't read it, or because mysteries just generally are not my thing.
Yeah, no,
My
this
mother
is like
loved
a
them. I'm like,
sci-fi
no,
sort
I
of
don't.
mystery thing.
I don't want to think that hard. Just lay it out for me and show me the fancy fairies and robots. I'm good.
Well, and this is like Fancy Fairies and Robots also.
Yeah.
Like, I
Neat.
do I have like Drew Hayes non-player characters? Also,
I have
another
that
great-
book. I have not read it yet. I own that book.
Yeah, in the spells.
Non-play. Yeah, NPCs.
Good one.
I own that book. I
It's
have
a good
not.
one.
I have not gotten to it yet. I also have the story of Illidan. That's written by a different author, but it's in the same vein of books.
Yeah, no,
So-
NPCs is a great. It is a
Oh.
really great series to get into. That spells, swords, and
Yeah.
stealth.
And
That's a good one.
It's so good because everybody that when it was coming out, everybody's, it's just another World of Warcraft book. It's really not.
No, it's
It's
more dungeons.
really,
It's-
really
it's more-
not a Warcraft book.
It's not. It's nothing like a Warcraft book. The NPCs.
No,
First of
it's-
all, I would say it's Dungeons and Dragons, but
Yeah,
also
well,
it's the
Warcraft
non-player
is
characters.
loosely Dungeons and Dragons, but people like to forget that because
Well,
you don't
I'll tell
don't
you
roll
what.
dice.
Yeah, listening to that one made me want to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I've never ever played Dungeons and Dragons.
My friend
here we are.
Dawn is just joined and is completely enamored and hooked on D&D now. She plays
Yeah.
nearly every day.
Is there like an online? I'm sure there's like a Zoom room that has or something like a.
Mm-hmm.
I
I have to
I
check
would
this
have
out
to do.
though.
I couldn't go.
But now I'm really excited about NPCs. It really intrigued me anyway.
It's a fun, and since you're going to be spending more time in your room hanging out with a cat.
Mm. You know that's true. I do need to warm up my video game consoles. They haven't been molested in a while. So, I could put on the Audible book and go do some racing game or really suck ass at Call of Duty, something, whichever one I have.
I can't do that at the same.
I
time.
can't either. I suck
try.
ass. Absolutely suck ass. My son and his wife are great. And here's how it be. They live with me for a short time. They'd want me to play. So we'd go into the place and we're always fighting the zombies. That was the part he liked. It wasn't the story mode, it was the zombie mode. So anyway, we go into the zombie area and the zombies come out. I get off all the rounds in my gun and I no longer know how to reload. So I stand there, the zombies kill me. And then he proceeds to kill all the zombies in the area and then resurrects me with the needle hootie thing. And then I get back up and we go to the next area where I repeat that process again. And that's how I played. Yeah, I suck at FPS games. Absolutely suck. But they're fun. They're fun.
I have a confession. You started talking about video games, and all I heard is pokey foodie thingy, and I suck, and they're fun, and that's what I caught.
Oh,
Something
cool.
about being resurrected with a pokey foodie thingy.
Yeah, it was actually a story about my son and I's relationship regarding the video game. And you shut that down and only listened to the part about the material video game thing rather than the relationship that was happening between my son and I when we lived together.
Oh, what a terrible co-host.
you should feel incredibly guilty right now. That was
I do feel a little bit guilty that I missed that.
You shouldn't. That's
Robbie,
I'm just
Robbie,
being a shit. That's absolutely
Can I get
fun.
a recap in the chat?
Robbie,
yeah. I'm gonna need a
recap that.
Recap that in the chat for me, please.
Anyway, noise. What do we got here? Noise.
Well, okay, so this is a book that I came across that is really interesting. And I remember it vaguely, but not as like in depth. So this would be like re-listening to something that I didn't really pay that close attention to, or as close attention to as I did the first two books that we covered.
Okay.
Okay. And this says, the little audio book recap, what do you call that? Description, that's the word, says, imagine two doctors in the same city giving different diagnoses to identical patients, or that two judges in the same courthouse give markedly different sentences to people who have committed the same crime. Suppose that different interviewers at the same firm make different decisions about indistinguishable job applicants, or that when a company is handling customer complaints, the resolution depends on who happens to answer the phone. Now imagine that the same doctor, the same judge, the same interviewer, or the same customer service agent makes different decisions depending on whether it is morning or afternoon, or Monday rather than Wednesdays. These are examples of noise, variability in judgments that should be identical. In Noise, Daniel Kahneman, Olivier Sibony, and Cass R. Sustein show the detrimental effects of noise in many fields, including medicine, law, economic forecasting, forensic science, bail, child protection strategy, performance reviews, and personnel selection. Wherever there is judgment, there is noise. Yet most of the time, individuals and organizations alike are unaware of it. They neglect noise. With a few simple remedies, people can both reduce noise and bias to make far better decisions. Packed with original ideas and offering the same kinds of research-based insights that made Thinking Fast and Slow and Nudge groundbreaking New York Times bestsellers, Noise explains how and why humans are so susceptible to noise in judgment and what we can do about it. And this audiobook contains a downloadable PDF which includes figures from the book.
Interesting.
Okay, so
sounds intriguing.
That's an option. I highly recommend Paris the Memoir, by the way. There's some Terry Pratchett. All things aside. Oh, this is Stephen Kotler's one of his fictional books, which is really good.
Jimmy C, welcome.
Jimmy
Good
C.
to see you, my friend. Cheers. The devil.
Here's our chat summary. Jimmy C,
yes.
in case you've missed what has happened so far.
This is
pretty spot on.
Yeah. Robbie nails it. The Devil's
nails it
Dictionary.
Yeah,
Sure.
that was a good one. Let's see. Do 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 do.
Think big.
He,
What if I just want a part-time job that pays me about $250 a month?
yeah, I mean that's a
My goals are low. I mean,
yeah.
I got my goals are low.
Uh,
Heads in beds. I love that title.
yeah, reckless memoir of hotels, hustles, and so-called hospitality. It was pretty funny. Competitive grieving. Descartes in 90 minutes. This was a really good one. I'm sad that it's no longer available. It was a fictional book though.
Oh, did they take your rights away for that one?
These are ones that were like free, and now they're probably cost me a credit. I always go to oh, here's The Last Tango in Cyberspace. That's the first novel that Stephen Kotler does. Um,
Oh,
it's pretty
cool.
good. Yeah. How to Train Your
Might have to check
Mind.
out some of his fiction.
Yeah, his fiction is super good. Hi Jimmy, we are looking for our next deep dive book. So if you have any recommendations, we're open to it.
Directions, things you want to do, stuff you want to say,
Yeah,
inappropriate things to put in chat.
whatever.
That's just
Whatever.
a suggestion, not a requirement.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. This, if we want to listen to something funny, we've got Maria Bamford does some really good tongue-in-cheek commentary on mental health. Let's see. Multiply your success. There's a real theme here for me, isn't there? One. Indistractable is how to control your attention and choose your life. That's a really good one.
That's kind of that's kind of cool. That fits my live my life intentionally, and
it does, and
it does fit that dynamic.
Yeah, and let's see, James Clear. He's the author of Atomic Habits. And it's really geared to like white collar sort of things, but also like talks about distraction in life. I mean, I can apply it to any sort of like place that I'm at. But it's like doing what you say you will do in a 4-step research-backed model. Indistractable reveals the key to getting the best out of technology without letting it get the best of us.
Yeah.
He wrote the book for handbook. He wrote Silicon Valley's Handbook for Making Technology Habit Forming 5 years after publishing Hooked. IL reveals distractions are Achilles' heel in his groundbreaking new book, Indistractable. So he wrote a book about how to get us hooked on technology, and then he wrote the antidote to all that distractibility.
And what's that author's name?
Nir Eyal.
Nir Eyal.
Yeah, he does a great.
I think I found it. I actually think I just found the audiobook on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a good chance of that. That might be fun to do. Then people can follow along without having to buy it.
Yeah, it's a terrible AI voice, but it is available for listening. Yeah, it's free.
Oh, I have 13 pages.
So, well, I like to find out things like that because I know there's people out there like me that might say, "Well, gee, I can't really afford that. If I want to participate, how do I do that?" Well, you got to listen to shitty AI vocals, but it's understandable.
It's there, and you can follow along.
And it is free, and it's on YouTube. The entire audio book is there.
Well, maybe you should pop that in the chat. What do you guys think about maybe looking into Indistractable, how to like manage our time and get things done a little bit more? Where did I just lost it in my...
Oh, I hate it when I do that.
Well, I think there's a search bar at the top here, so search in my library. So there's Indistractable. So we could
There is the link to it. It is
to
now
that.
saved
And then there was
to
another
my
one. Here, we'll do a new collection.
learning ones. I have to do it the cheap way right now. So.
Create. Yes.
Close that.
So there's that one, and then there's a consciousness. There's this one too that I was kind of entertaining. How do you spell con? C-S. No. Oh, Benjamin P. Hardy is a good one though. This is also a really good one. Oh, that's not the one I thought it was. So, your ideal future. It's not the one. Personality isn't permanent. It was the one I thought it was. I must have that in a different.
This is what happens when you have too many books.
Tell me about it. What is his name?
Yeah, if you want to listen to this particular book, there is a way to do that there for you in the chat. It's been up for years, so I don't presume it's going to get pulled down for anything.
Yeah.
So it should be available indefinitely.
Let's go to 50. Buffering. Move on page 2. All right.
Keri says, there's a book in here somewhere. I just can't find it. I know it's here.
Okay. So the Indistractable one, there was also.
Found that one.
Yes. Oh, why isn't it in here anymore? Somehow that one.
Oh, isn't it, Robbie? I
agree.
I
know. Okay, let's do this. Let's listen to this. We'll listen to the sample of this one.
There you go.
There's a certain yellow book you'll find on the shelves of most major tech companies. I've seen it at Facebook, Google, PayPal, and Slack. It's given out at tech conferences and company training events. A friend working at Microsoft told me the CEO, Satya Nadella, held up a copy and recommended it to all of the company's employees. The book, Hooked: How to Build Habit-Forming Products, was a Wall Street Journal bestseller and, at the time of this writing, still ranks as the #1 book in the products category on Amazon. It's a cookbook of sorts. The book contains a recipe for human behavior, your behavior. These tech companies know that in order to make money, they need to keep us coming back. Their business models depend on it. I know this because I've spent the past decade researching the hidden psychology that some of the most successful companies in the world use to make their products so captivating. For years, I taught future executives at both the Stanford Graduate School of Business and at the Hasso-Plattner Institute of Design. In writing Hooked, my hope was that startups and socially concerned companies would use this knowledge to design new ways of helping people build better habits. Why should the tech giants keep these secrets to themselves? Shouldn't we use the same psychology that makes video games and social media so engaging to design products to help people live better lives? Since Hooked was published, thousands of companies have used the book to empower their users to build helpful and healthy habits. Fitbod is a fitness app that helps people build better exercise routines. Byte Food seeks to change people's eating habits with internet-connected pantries that offer locally made fresh meals. Kahoot builds software to make classroom learning more engaging and fun. In fact, I love the way Kahoot and Byte Foods use my book so much that I decided to invest in both companies. We want our products to be user-friendly, easy to navigate, and yes, even habit-forming. Companies making their products more engaging isn't necessarily a problem, it's progress. But of course, there's a dark side. As philosopher Paul Virilio wrote, when you invent the ship, you also invent the shipwreck. In the case of user-friendly products and services, what makes some products so engaging and easy to use can also make them distracting.
So in this book, he tells us
Here's a recommended preview based
how not to allow things to distract you that you don't want to distract you. And I think that goes for anything, really. I mean,
that sounds like a lofty goal, really.
It does, and this is only a 5-hour book, which I really, might be nice to do another short one since we did such a long one previously.
Oh yeah, the other one was quite
and
long.
also, what I really love about Nir Eyal is he has a whole lot. Like if you go to his website, he has a whole lot of like free stuff that you can download and worksheets and workbooks. I love freebies. I love free information. I love in-depth free information and ways like you can apply it.
Right.
So like workbooks, I always think of a way like for you to like capture the information in the book and then apply it to whatever it is that you're trying to do. And so I really enjoy that. And that might be better than Noise, because Noise is a little bit more in depth about how things kind of capture our attention or how we behave in certain scenarios based on different factors. And so this might be a little bit more interesting as far as, again, it's a fast read. And it is a little bit more about how to kind of take back things, from things that are distracting. And like you said, it fits into your theme of living intentionally, because I think when we can figure out how to allow for our priorities to be a priority, because you can't actually have more than one priority.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of figure out how to block out your time so that you're focused on what it is that you want to be focused on accomplishing in this period of time.
That makes perfect sense.
And it might be helpful with your part-time job goal too,
Yes, it might.
it might be able to like allow you to kind of find that focus that you need to be able to find that thing that you're looking for. And then when you apply it with some of the things that we learned in the first book and then in Stephen Kotler's book, about how to kind of like utilize your mindset and stuff to achieve this thing that you're trying to achieve. Now that here's like a tangible roadmap on how to actually like accomplish it in your hourly day-to-day existence. So I'm game for doing this one. Do you think we should go
like
with this
fun.
one again?
I have it's like I said, I got it all saved in there, so
All right.
I will
cool.
begin listening to it throughout this week, and we'll see. I mean, it's not very long, so I'll probably be able to listen to the entire book at least once throughout the week.
Yeah, and then
So-
I'll be able to set up some. We'll set up a couple of links on upcoming lives on YouTube, and so that you guys can find that. And I'm sure I'll play around with a really cool theme song for this one and have some fun with that, because I do enjoy that for sure. So yeah, we just weren't. People are distracting. YouTube is distracting. Yeah, all these things. And I think as much as you can get information from YouTube, like you can choose the level of distraction you want to have. And there's some engagement that is really fulfilling. Like every time I see Robbie pop up in the chat, that is fulfilling for me. It's not that you are distracted. I feel like you're engaged with us, Robbie, and I really appreciate that. But if there's other times and places that you find yourself on YouTube when you don't really like want to be, and you're just kind of buffering and using it to distract you from something else that you'd rather be doing, then you can make that choice a little bit more intentionally. And I think that is a very important, activity or thought experiment to engage in, because you can experiment with, figuring out what it is that you really want to be spending your time on.
There is a link to Nir Eyal's website. There is a ton of information on here.
Yeah, and he's still producing new content, so it's nice because he's like in real time.
Yeah.
So I
Near
think, yeah.
and far. I like the play on his name there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Once upon a time, he had a calendar up there where you could actually um, get in line to speak with him for 15 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. At one point, I put myself in that queue, and then I canceled it because I was like, I'm just gonna spend the whole time fangirling. So like, you can't really help me with something, you know, and that. So I don't know. Maybe if you poke around on that website, he might.
Maybe
still
he could have
it up.
helped you with your fangirling. That would have fit into the vein of Indistractable.
Yeah, but I was choosing that distraction.
Don't we all? We
Right.
all. I'm gonna push back because I think we all choose our distractions.
Yes, I do. I do agree with that, and also I think that there is a certain level of distraction that is healthy.
Mm-hmm. Well, that would be the variety in life. Just that, every day you're going to get up out of the same bed, but that doesn't mean every day is going to be exactly the same as the day before.
Right. However, a certain degree of consistency is freeing because when you knock out some of the stuff that you want to move things forward, then you have it done, and then your day is yours again. And there is something to be said, like one of the reasons why I spent so much time at work, like I was there until 11 o'clock because I wanted to make sure that we had the salmon croquettes finished. And I'm really the only one who can finish them, and I knew I could finish them quickly. And it took me probably about 45 minutes to knock out like 35 orders of them. And even though it wasn't asked of me, I knew that I would be thinking, because I don't work on Tuesday and they're open, I would know that there was like a limited amount of available orders for that day. And it would have been just kind of eating away at me because I would have known that I could have done it and that it wasn't
exactly
impossible.
How Zach handled his menu and his food at the Skamania Lodge.
Yeah, you just
exactly the same way.
Yeah, you just have to you want to get it done because there was no and I had 3/4 of the process done. Like I had made the filling and I had balled it and it was like in the freezer. All I had to do was pull it out and bread them. And so it was 3/4 of the way done, and it just felt like a failure on my part that would have eaten away into my weekend.
Right.
Had I not just done it and known that it was done. And now I only have, as it is.
Issue.
Yeah, as it is, the chef was like, you made a big enough batch when you made those that it's going to take us all the way through to the menu change, and we don't have to worry about it again. And then we like ran out of running out of the breaded ones, and I was like, there's no reason why these should be 86 from the menu. And we have such a small menu to begin with. It feels like a huge failure to 86 something. So it was just like, I just got it done kind of while I was vacuum sealing because we do our own burger patties. And so we take our meat scrap, we separate the fat from the meat, and then we grind it back together into our burger patties. And in order to preserve that, we have a vacuum sealer, like an industrial vacuum sealer. We vacuum seal it and we freeze it until we're ready to process it the rest of the way. And it takes about 30 seconds per bag. And so, like, while I was doing that, I was making these salmon croquettes because of ADHD.
Well,
and I was going to be standing there doing that with those anyways. So I might as well.
Distraction, yes. That's a distraction.
I might as well just focus in and do that. Yeah. And while I did that, this is the dead day in the life. No, it's an hour in the life of Keri. While I was doing that, I was listening to a podcast about a a dictator that was running Dominican Republic during the 30s and 40s. So three things.
Random information. I do the same thing all the time.
Random information, and it's really entertaining. Behind the Bastards is a really great podcast. Robert is such an entertaining independent journalist and writer that and then he brings on a guest and essentially tells the story to them, and the guest is always like, it's usually a two-parter, and usually in the first part, the guest is like, okay, because he goes through the whole history of the guy, and you almost start to feel sorry for the person, but you know the other shoe is going to fall. And then he has these really fun things that he does, like he does these really, like, just horrifying and hilarious like segues into the ads. He does these really hilarious sort of cold opens where he'll just be like, I can't even. If you can, I would highly recommend going to Behind the Bastards. He's got it on YouTube. They just went to video relatively recently, but
Cool.
like his Stalin episodes are.
Yeah, I'll go and
I
watch
guess-
a couple episodes, and then they'll show up in my feed. I don't.
Yeah.
It's like I still subscribe to people that I need to get notifications and stuff from because they're putting out content that I'm actually following.
Yeah.
But I have found that if I simply watch and like videos from a content creator, they'll keep
Mhm.
showing up in my feed.
Yeah.
So, and then I can decide whether or not they want to become someone I subscribe to. So,
Yeah. My poor algorithm is so confused. It really
Oh.
it just pulls from like the last like run of things that I had. And I'm like, okay, but I only watched like a few videos that I'm over that. Like, give me something else.
Yeah.
But there's the Behind the Bastards. Again, just a super good storyteller.
cool. Sounds fun.
Well, here, let's see if I can find a good short.
If you wear Spanx, the short doesn't matter.
Funny.
Hey, those fucking things are comfortable. Okay.
Okay, so let me share this. This is what we're doing today, guys. We're just exploring. This is an
We're
exploration.
talking about
jam.
Spanx, how comfortable they are.
Sure, that too. No,
I
that's
did
not-
talk about it, did I not?
Okay, a little bit.
All right.
You did. Anyway, so this is a short from Behind the Bastards. It's about Dr. George and the something. He's a church. Oh, and the de-extinction grift. So he's talking about how they were talking about de-extincting like dire wolves and.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've heard some talk around that. Yeah. Yeah.
So he's telling the story of the guy who is behind that sort of research.
Okay.
He's calling it a grift.
All right.
Here we go.
I get the
Dire wolf
context.
thing, kind of casual. So most news coverage of this whole dire wolf thing kind of casually accepted the PR claims being made by Colossal and its co-founder / scientific spokesman, Dr. George Church. Time published an article with the title, The Return of the Dire Wolf. And on the front of it, there's a photo of a very charismatic looking wolf.
That wolf has charm.
That wolf has charm. That is a screen-ready wolf. They said that they put some dire wolf genes into this wolf. I think they might have stuck 1 or 2 Tom Cruise genes in there because that wolf knows where the camera is.
There's a pretty extensive collection of direwolf bones in the La Brea Tar Pits
right, yeah.
Museum.
Yeah.
And boy, was I disappointed when I saw how little those bones were.
Right.
I
You're
thought I
expecting
was-
some Game of Thrones shit. Yeah.
Man, I walked in there and I said, I'm going to see the biggest wolf that ever was.
In terms of bite force, very formidable animals, but they're not huge. Like that's stuff that George R. R. Martin put in his book because George R. R. Martin knows how to make a book cool, right?
Yeah.
You got to zhuzh up reality a little bit. I have a lot of respect for George. He's achieved every writer's dream, which is to never have to write again, right? Like that's what we're all shooting for. So just live in a lighthouse and never finish your series.
Yeah, he's done.
I say as I'm 2 years overdue with my novel. So most
So yeah,
Fun.
that kind of gives you a taste of like the cadence and the fun that happens
Yeah.
over there at Behind
Yeah.
the Bastards. Again, just like a shout out to Cool Zone Media. He also has he has a really cool he's got a really great producer that chimes in and tries to keep him under control, which is really impossible. because
Really impossible to do. Yeah.
Robert is uncontrollable. He's uncontrollable.
Well, that's
but
okay.
Yeah, he covers he covers a lot of different things. I highly recommend. It doesn't have the video to watch. It's just audio only. But his Stalin series, he's a huge like a huge Hitler fan. So you learn a lot of like the different people that existed in that time, as well as
Right.
Hitler himself. But just tells it in like a super sort of fun question mark and campy way, which I
campy.
mean, what makes history more fun, but then to kind of like look at it through this more modern lens in an acknowledged way. And he goes so
Well, that's what we're supposed to do anyway.
Yeah, and as far as like learning about historical figures, we talked about the rate of return on other people's research and kind of devouring that sort of content. Behind the Bastards is a really good way to do that because he takes several books and he literally writes, tens of thousands of words for each episode, and you get to kind of like listen along with somebody who doesn't know the story as in depth, so you get to kind of play off of like listening with another person in the audience who doesn't know the story, kind of like you. And I think that that's really fun. And then, like I said, he throws in all these little fun elements. His cold opens, his he's always like, do you know who doesn't kill children?
Right.
The people in our ads. And they're always like, well, actually, we can't verify that. That's not verifiable. So
right,
it's just a fun way to kind of experience history, and he does a really good job of like going back and forth between what he has researched and what he has written and the conversation with the person that he's sharing the story with. So I think it's just a great way to do some learning and to hear like reporting on things that maybe you thought you knew about. He does a 4-part series on Oprah. Is she a bastard? And so, like, it's asking the question, is Oprah a bastard? And I think the general consensus was maybe she wasn't, but she really promoted a lot of bastards. Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, some of the people, like a weird dieting culture.
Nothing creepy here. Just move along, folks.
Yeah. So that was really, really interesting. So there's some tidbits for you guys to take with you into your week. We are going to start this book, Indistractable by Nir Eyal. There's some links in the chat there. We found it for free on YouTube.
Yep. Like I said, it's not the actual voice of the narrator. It is a terrible AI vocal that's been put over it. But the words are understandable, so it is still the same result, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then here's the website, and then as always, go to Amazon, go to Audible. If you've read The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich twice, you will really enjoy the Behind the Bastards version of discussing Hitler, Robbie. I highly recommend. Like, after we get off here, I want you to go watch it, and I want you to report back what you think about the
Robbie's got some homework. Robbie's got some homework.
Just because I think you would really enjoy it.
He is quite a history buff on the World War II, so that I can attest to.
And like I said, his Stalin one is pretty fucking good too, and he's just entertaining and amusing, and it's fun way to digest.
It wouldn't hurt me to learn some new stuff. I don't know diddly shit about history, even my own U.S. history. I know so little about it because it's a subject that does not interest me in the same way that other sciences do. Like biology and stuff like that. So I'm cutting class.
Don't cut class, Robbie. Robbie, I want to hear what you think about the reporting style. Your opinion, I value it. I want to. I have not read The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich twice, so I would like to know what you thought about. And he's got several other Nazi characters, Nazi people that he covers.
I don't even know how you'd say that either. That's the personalities, personas,
figures?
characters. Historical figures, reenacted people, unghosts. I don't know. It's complicated.
It is. It's complicated. But yeah, Robbie, I'd like to hear your opinion on. I think he gives us some real laugh out loud moments during some of these really intense periods. Learning about these really intense periods in time. So. let's see, Albert Speer, and I think he
I don't even.
references-
I don't even know who
I
that
think he
is. I'm not even gonna.
references
I'm not gonna
Albert-
lie.
yeah,
I
think
don't even know who Albert Speer is. So
I think he references some of Albert Speer's recounts. So I think with his the references that he makes and his sources that he pulls his information from, I think you'll be able to relate to, Robbie. I think you'd enjoy it. Go over there, listen to some Behind the Bastards.
might find something else you like. You never know. It doesn't hurt.
And yeah, Minister of
Armaments.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So go scroll through there and check out what he's got, and then report back, Robbie. Report back. I want to hear if you liked it or not. What you thought about that?
I'm gonna
style
go
of
to the link
storytelling.
and listen to some stuff and see some things. You know.
Yeah, and that's one of those real easy to play in the background and just digest. So
Right.
we're
It's
coming
like
up on
watching Saturday Night Live reruns. Did you not? It doesn't matter if you missed the joke or not.
You won't miss the jokes. He's very,
It-
he's very good.
I know, but you don't miss them on Saturday Night Live either. You may not hear them, but you don't miss them because it's a
Right,
rerun.
okay, fair.
Whole point
fair.
being, it's a rerun.
Whole- and you get to learn something in the process, which
No, not learning. No, I can't hear you. Oh. That was my fit.
I know. I was just giving you a chance to get it all out.
Yeah. I think it's all out now.
Oh, good. Well, we were kind of all over the place, but I think we accomplished some things. I think we got some things done today.
Well,
Richard.
the idea
What do
was
you
to
think?
decide where we were going. So that decision's now been made, and
been
we'll see
made.
where this takes us.
Yep. We're going to
So-
do Indistractable, everybody, which is a book available on YouTube with a terrible narrator, or you can go directly to the source and listen to the book that's narrated by Nir Eyal himself. Also to the website to find some more sort of
All those links
assets.
are in the chat, and
All the links are
she'll
in the
probably be
chat.
nice enough to put them into the description later,
will.
but
I
that's
will.
really up to
Probably
her
tomorrow.
because
Probably tomorrow.
she's kind of cool that way.
Sometimes it takes me a few days. Sometimes
That's
Like,
all right.
let's-
There's
I'm
no
not-
pressure.
I am actually, when we get off of here, I am going to go right back into binging White Collar
Mm,
because I am just in the mood to just binge some.
I am going to see how hot it still is outside, and I might go to Safeway if it's not too terrible, to get some snacks and maybe an Otter Pop or something.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
Well, y'all.
that's what it is.
we
Thank you
are-
guys again for
we're
being
winding
here.
down here. You
Yes,
know
we
what?
are winding down.
We didn't have a video to begin with, but you know what? We have every show. We always have our outro video.
Got the soft glow of the outro in the end.
Says hello.
See,
it's a
see,
soft
see?
glow. We
I was
took
right
a
on
ride
key.
on this talk show.
No.
Story shared and secrets low. Time to linger, but we gotta go.
All right.
Voices faded with the moon's call. Laughter echoed down the hall.
Bye, y'all. Sorry, this was kind of
Thoughts
a
that flew like paper dolls. Wrap
episode, but
it
here,
up
we're just in transition.
and let
We're in
it
transition.
fall.
Streaming is
Turn
dynamic.
the volume down low, my friends. This chatter's come to an end. Till we gather again and again. Let these moments extend. In the quiet, hear the clock tick tock. Words won't stop, but we'll walk the walk. Dream a little till the next talk. Out of time, let's unlock. Turn the volume down low, my friends. This chatter's come to an end. Till we gather again and again. Let these moments extend. In the quiet, hear the clock tick tock. Words won't stop, but we'll walk the walk. Dream a little till the next talk. Out of time, let's unlock. Turn the volume down low, my friends. This chatter's come to an end. Till we gather again and again, let these moments extend. We signed in with open minds. Now we drift on the book of fine. Page by page until we bind. Sweet goodbyes, let's unwind.